Become an impactful defender and supporter in the one role by learning how to use Umbreon in this guide. So the first thing I want to talk about when you are using Umbreon is this passive ability, right? You'll see that it'll be ready to be used in this bottom corner here, and what will make it pop, okay? You'll see that it's now gone on a cooldown. If you look in this bottom corner down here, it's now gone on a cooldown. What makes it pop is if you were going to be stunned or like left unable to be like, you know, if you get CC'd, essentially, it's going to pop. You're not going to feel the effects of that CC, and you're going to get like self-enhanced, and you're going to become like self-enhanced. Like you get like more defenses, more special defenses, that kind of a thing. Okay, and you can actually see as well, like right when this ability pops, you've actually got unstoppable as well. So it's like, it's really, really good to be mindful of, right? When you're using Umbreon, you can put yourself in these dangerous situations and get out. If you know that you've got this ability ready to be popped, right? You can use that foul play. You're not going to get caught in a particular position. That's really, really important to be mindful of when you're using this character. Okay, so the second part of this ability comes in when you've hit level 9. When you've hit level 8. So you've got your Unite move. When you're out of combat, so like think of like when like your float stone and stuff and everything like that gets activated, and you've got some HP to be healed up. Okay, you're gonna heal. I think it's like 1% HP or something, or like there's like a fixed amount of HP that you heal every second as soon as you go out of combat. So you can see here, it's like I'm healing just a little bit. That's your passive ability. So I'm out of combat. I've got some HP to be restored, and I'm just going to slowly heal up. So you can see like I'm putting wish on other people because as I'm walking around, I'm just slowly going to be healing up. So I don't need a wish myself. So you want to hit this level 4 as quickly as you possibly can. And one way that you're going to be able to do that is by getting some score experience, but you're not just leaving your lane and stuff like that to try and score. You're constantly contesting and you're constantly pestering the other people. And you use an experience share, so you want to like get that passive experience while helping your teammates level up, you know, just that little bit extra, right? So you can see, what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to pop that passive on the Trevenant, but he walks away. And so it's like, okay, well, maybe not going to do that. But that's all I'm trying to do. As soon as passive procced, bang. Now I'm not actually all too interested unless he decides to overcommit, which is essentially what he's doing here. So that's really silly because that actually allowed me to get on level 4. So you hit level 4, and the first skill that you want to be using is foul play. When you use foul play, you'll notice that you get 2 dashes. You can dash in, and so long as you hit an enemy or a piece of farm, you can dash a second time. Okay. Now it's like the dashes do damage and blah 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 and all that sort of stuff. Look, you're playing like a defender / supporter hybrid when you're using Umbreon. You're not doing this to do damage, right? You're doing it to put yourself in a position. So understand, and it's your mobility. The mobility of Umbreon is what makes this character incredibly amazing. So you want to use this to your advantage. You'll notice every single time with that foul play, it's mobility, right? And you'll notice on the second push, so I'm just going to play this again. On the second push of foul play, you'll knock the enemies, right? So you can see here, I use foul play, I dash in, and I've got it on like, yeah, I can do a second one here because I've hit the enemies. And I'm going to slow this down. I'm going to slow this right down. When I now use this foul play again, you'll see I've gone back and I've actually shoved these enemies. They were here and now they're going to get put back a little bit. And that's exactly what's happened. See how they get shoved? They got shoved back. So that's what that second push of foul play is going to do. So keep this in mind, because sometimes if you've got a teammate here that you want to shove the enemies towards them, or you want to disposition them in some particular way, foul play is a skill that's going to be able to do that. So it's a ridiculously good skill because it's mobility, it's great damage, and it's a stun / shove. Like, it's really, really versatile. It's really, really good. It helps you like stack as well. Like if you go in for a score and then it's like the enemy's there and then you dash through them, and then you can dash again. And like if they're trying to sit on top of you, then they're going to get further dispositioned. And so all of a sudden now you're taking the fight here instead of it being here. Like, it's just a really, really strong overall skill, and it's really, really important to be able to know how to use it. Okay, now the boosted auto, and you can see here, like I'm trying to shove him off, off his goal zone because that's not where he wants to be. But you're boosted you'll notice that it heals you. So I'm just going to go back a little bit here, right? And I want to just display, so this boosted here, and I'm going to slow it down a little bit so we can see it nice and clearly, right? Is that you'll notice it heals you. And the way that you can notice this is you'll see like on your character, you're going to get some HP that heals there. So we're going to play this. My next hit is boosted, and you can see, bang, I've got that HP, that like 234. You see that number there? This number here, this number right here. That's HP that I've healed as a result of hitting that boosted, whether it's a piece of farm or whether it's an enemy. Keep this in mind, right? You've got so much natural healing with this character. Wish is generally for your teammates. Foul play is for mobility, okay? Now let's get to talking about Wish. Now, the reason why you want to be using attack weight to get these stacks in is because you want to scale the Wish healing. You're not trying to scale your damage, you're trying to scale the healing that you're doing with Wish, because it scales off your attack, okay? Really, really important to you know, like, just to keep that in your mind. Now, when you're using Wish, okay, and this is important to have an understanding of this as well. If you wish yourself and you die, it's going to get passed on to the next closest person. So you're going to see this here, right? I have got Wish on myself, I've died, and now the Wish has gone on to the Venusaur. And that's exactly what has happened there. And you can see the Venusaur, he got a whole bunch of healing, right? So let's just go this again, right? I've used Wish on myself right here. It's like, bang, I've just used it. It's just gone on cooldown. Wish is being used, right? So now I'm gonna get the healing. Well, I'm gonna die here before the Wish pops off because it's like a second delay or something like that. So I'm gonna die because the Wish isn't gonna pop straight away. However, you can see that it's now bounced onto the Venusaur, and have a look at the Venusaur's health. This is how you know it's hit him, right? Even though it's a little bit tricky to see in this particular section here, right? We play it on, and then boom, his health went, it got a whole bunch more, okay? So that's how Foul Play works, that's how Wish works, that's how his boosted works, and pretty much this is how the character functions. So now let's just talk about some general tips when you are using Umbreon, okay? You need to understand a couple of things. One, Foul Play is incredible mobility. You want to use it to disposition the enemies, and Wish is just insane sustainability. It allows you to be like a hybrid of a supporter and a defender. So I'm getting in their face as much as possibly can. Look at the Wish. Like, the Wish kept the Leafeon alive. Okay, now unfortunately, you know, he's like beside the base. But you know, he's got his own adventure to live, right? But the Wish kept him alive. Okay, it's like insanely good. So you're acting as like someone who can get vision, and you're staying with your like, you can be a ranged supporter if you're sitting on like 1 HP. Okay, or alternatively, yeah. So you're essentially like you are a hybrid of a defender and a supporter, right? You've got so much sustain, and you've got a little bit of range with the Wish. Now, like, you can see the mobility there of Foul Play. Like, there's no way in the world, right, that I was like able to defend that without that mobility. You know, we're holding off, unfortunately, though, that their team is gonna break because our team didn't want to come to the party. However, it just goes to show I didn't die. Okay, like, we held them off, we wasted their time, our team was getting some farm in, right? Okay, now just some general tips as well when you're playing late with Umbreon. Okay, his Unite move steals shields. So like, it's really, really good against like Crustle. It's really good against like Trevenant when they've got a big, huge shield and you're trying to steal that. Really, really impactful. Okay, now you get your plus skills at level 12. So you want to go into late game as best as you can at level 12. Right, you can see you're just eating that. Like, you just absolutely ate it. Right, and I'm giving the Wish to my teammates because like I know that I'm gonna get some natural healing, and 1 Wish is all it's gonna take on me. Our Leafeon's getting a back cut. We've killed 3 of them, so like we're in a really good spot. Like, we're not trying to kill them. We're just trying to sustain. We're trying to make sure that they don't, you know, completely wipe us. And yeah, that's essentially all we're doing here, right? So like here you can see I'm playing as like a ranged supporter. I'm not getting myself into the action until I'm absolutely ready, and I was able to give the support to the Venusaur when he needed it. So like, you've got to know when to mix it up with this character, but can be really, really impactful. Very strong Pokemon in lane, especially in the bottom lane. or top lane. Like, it functions everywhere. Get those attack weight stacks and just use the Pokemon how it's supposed to be intended to, and you're going to get a lot of value out of it. Guys, if you've made it through to the end, click on this next video. It's going to be useful to help you climb and win some more games in Pokemon Unite.